Jesse, we're obviously stoked to have you in purple in 2019, but how are you feeling?
Yeah, it's been a bit of a roller coaster, especially the last 2 weeks. I thought I was coming, and then got told I wasn't, and then ended up getting told yesterday that I was. So it's been a roller coaster, but yeah, super excited to be here.
How did you spend the day yesterday?
Yeah, I was actually at the gym when I found out. My manager called me, so wrapped up there, and then we drove down the highway to see mum and the rest of the family, and just had dinner with them, and had a few drinks and just chilled out really.
Most people don't really understand the process of how trade period works. How much, as a player, are you involved with everything?
Yeah, it's pretty hectic. Obviously everyone has a manager and they deal with most of it, and then they filter it down to you. So it's a bit of Chinese whispers, but yeah, look, I just get filtered down what needs to be told to me. Obviously, you can read all the media stuff, and you can get found out you're going to go to Adelaide or Gold Coast. But yeah, I found out I was coming to Freo, and yeah, just excited to be here.
How did you deal with the last, I suppose, month, or especially the last 2 weeks, just with the ups and downs of how it was all tracking?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, like I said, it was a bit of a roller coaster. Probably the conversation started probably about 8 weeks ago. Maybe coming back to Perth and starting fresh and potentially playing for Freo, and then it got a bit more serious. And then the last 4 weeks have just been trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together and go from there. So yeah, it's been, like I said, a bit of a roller coaster, but we got there in the end.
You made it pretty clear saying when you wanted to come back to West Australia that it was Fremantle you wanted to play for. What are the reasons behind that?
I don't know. I've always kind of just been a little bit aligned to Fremantle. I've spoken to Nat Fife last year and Ross, and had a few conversations around that stuff. And then when the opportunity came, I think it seemed to be the club that I was naturally more leaning towards. And yeah, I guess it's kind of always had that little bit of a pull to come back to Freo. But yeah.
You mentioned you spoke to Nat and Ross. What was their message to you?
Well, me and Nate share the same management group, so when I initially thought I might be coming back, I sat down and had a conversation with him about some of the direction of the club and a few of the cultural things, and then after that got a bit more serious, and then spoke to Ross and kind of went into similar, a bit more in depth about the club and the direction and where they want to be in 5 years and the rest of it, and I kind of aligned with where I was at, so the conversation just ended into today where we are now. So.
Have you had any contact from any of the other guys since yesterday?
Yeah, the phone's been going off a fair bit, so I haven't replied to anyone. I'm not being rude. It's just there's a fair few to get through, but yeah, I've had a contact from a few of the Freo blokes. Trying to get back to as many of them as possible, and spoke to Ross obviously and all the rest of them. So yeah, I'm getting there, but they've been coming in pretty hot and heavy.
Yesterday was a big day for the club, obviously the end of trade period. We announced that we've also got Rory Lobb coming over. You two will most likely be playing in the forward line together. Is that something that excites you?
Yeah, absolutely. I haven't actually had too much to do with him, but I've seen him play and he's got heaps of talent. So yeah, super excited to get started into pre-season and potentially create a bit of a duo there. But who knows? We'll see how we go. But yeah, excited.
Looking forward to 2019. You actually haven't played at Optus Stadium yet. Is that something that you're looking forward to?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, the D's got to play there twice this year, and I was injured for both. I actually haven't even been to the stadium yet, so hopefully over the next week or two, maybe get a look around. But yeah, look, I've heard it's unbelievable, and I've heard that the crowd goes crazy. So yeah, super excited to get out there.
Just on the Freo fans, they're all over the moon that you're in purple, and the support for you has been amazing. Do you have a message for them?
Yeah, look, there's been plenty of love over Instagram and over pretty much everything. I'm just, like I said, I'm just excited to get into it. Kind of hasn't sunk in just yet, but yeah, can't wait to put on the jersey and run out for the first time, and hopefully for the next 5 to 10 years. Who knows?